Hi guys. Um, this is a video about a shop on eBay. Now, for my UK subscribers, you won't find it on ebay.co.uk. This is on ebay.com. They're based in the United States, and the name of the shop is bigapple59. I've had such a brilliant experience with this shop, and with the guy that owns it and runs it, Randy, who's also a radio amateur. The story starts with the Eton E1 that I purchased from eBay 8 years ago, maybe a bit longer. And I tested it, compared it against the Sony ICF 2001D, and it proved itself to be what everyone had said about it before I owned my example. It, with the passband tuning, etc., sync, it was and probably and still is the best portable shortwave receiver of all time. So I had one and I used it. I never took it out on a DXpedition because you guys know they were designed by R.L. Drake in the United States. I think they were manufactured in India. Superb in terms of performance, not quite so robust as perhaps some of the Sony Panasonic models. So I was a bit too afraid really to take it anywhere, which kind of in those days limited its use. In the meantime, I think it was one of my subscribers offered me a Perseus SDR for I think about £200, which was way undervaluing it. And his rationale was he wanted it to go to a good home, he wanted me to use it, post videos using the Perseus, which I did. Again, one of the best SDRs I think of all time, and still up there with the very best. He probably could have sold it for 400 or 500 at the time, maybe more, I don't know, but he sold it me for £200 on the basis that when I decided to sell my Eton E1, I would sell it to him. So I agreed the deal and owned both rigs for a while, year or two. In the end, I felt the pressure to return the favour, and because I wasn't using the E1 as much as other rigs, I sold it to him, I think for about £500, and regretted it ever since. The last couple of years I've been looking for one, and I mentioned it on a video that I uploaded recently. And one of my subscribers alerted me to the fact that there was one for sale on eBay in the bigapple59 store, and he sent me a link to it. Eventually I found it, and so I can now let you guys know that I did purchase the E1 for sale on bigapple59, and I should be receiving it in a few days. And obviously I'm really excited about that because it's taken 2 or 3 years of looking and waiting for the right one to come along. Well, for anyone to come along there, you guys know as well as I do that they're as rare as rocking horse dung. And so I managed to buy one at a reasonable price in excellent condition, fully working, and I can't wait to get my hands on one again. But the guy who runs the store, Randy, it's been such a pleasure to communicate with him. The sale went through so easily. He's obviously very knowledgeable. I think you can see the banner scrolling past that they've been an eBay member for 26 years. And I highly recommend bigapple59 to all of my radio subscribers out there, because not only is Randy just a very genuine guy and a pleasure to deal with, the communication is superb. Some of the rigs that he's got for sale are absolutely, I could have bought all of them almost. I just wanted to share with you just some of the rigs he's got for sale at the moment, and the prices are reasonable. Obviously, if you live outside the United States, you've got importation, etc., duty to pay and shipping. But if you actually look at what he's got for sale, it's just like brilliant. So, for example, a Drake SW8. I had a chance of buying one of those a few years ago, and I don't know why I didn't do it, and I should have done. ICF 2010, the North American version of the 2001D. ICR75, another radio that I've got. They don't come up for sale that often anymore with the box. It just goes on and on. Drake R8A, brilliant radio. I think that's really good value at $649. JRC NRD 515, I would love that, but I can't really justify spending another $1,000 having just bought the E1. As I said, it goes on and on. Drake R8B, even better, $1,400. Kenwood R5000 at $600 is good value. ICOM ICR 7100, $549.95. So many great rigs on his in his eBay shop. An R2000 for $350, an R8 for $599, another R8B, NRD 535, rig obviously that I own, that's one of the best. I've got the Trio version, but Kenwood R1000, $425. This is a rig that I've been interested in for a while actually, the Tentec RX350, Watkins Johnson, WJ8711A, professional grade, another 525 boxed, and a Linko. I mean, it just goes on and on. So this guy's got all of the radios we ever wanted for sale in his shop. Absolutely. I mean, you know, you wouldn't find this number of high quality receivers for sale at Martin Lynch even, or Moonraker. Obviously they're more vested into amateur radio, but I can't remember a time where I've found an online shop that had such high quality equipment for sale. And as I said, Randy, the guy that owns and runs the shop, has been an absolute pleasure to deal with, such a lovely guy. So I highly recommend you have a look at bigapple59 if you're in the market for a new shortwave receiver. The guy is top notch, the products are top notch, and I highly recommend. Thanks for watching, and 7-3.